Guys, again, Maharashtra and Kerala. If you're traveling to Karnataka, you need to have a mandatory RT-PCR. Again, only 2 states. Why? So here are the mandatory rules for your flight journey. If you're traveling, please put it in the comment box so that let's help each other. Namaskara, namaskara, namaskara. Ellargu namaskaralu. This is Ashish Matthew. Welcome to another vlog. Alright, first and foremost, looks like we are actually heading towards the fourth wave. I guess there was a recent tweet from our Bill Gates who said that the worst is yet to come. Okay, I don't want to speculate as that because I don't want that to happen, but I hope things are actually normal in the coming days. But looks like the cases are increasing and India recorded the highest case today, and that is 3,205. I guess I'm just showing you the wave, the way it goes. You can actually see what was on April 1st and what is on May 1st. The amount of increased cases are really high. Okay, there is an exponential increase. So please guys, if you are going out, wear a mask and then please go. Now the reason why I've actually come here is because air travel and their companies have actually come up with certain COVID rules. For example, Air India has brought some rules for traveling to different states. Okay, and also you have Indigo, which has actually brought up the rules. Now I've actually generalized Air India and Indigo, and I've actually made a video for you guys here. So it looks like, for example, if people have to travel to Karnataka from Kerala and Maharashtra especially, they need to have an RT-PCR mandatory. Okay, if not, you will be forced to do an RT-PCR in the airport, and that will cost you 800 bucks. Instead, you can actually do it from your native and come for free in a government health center. Similarly, different state-wise rules, I'm going to read it out for you very quickly, and this will be really helpful for you people. Okay, so just stay tuned and watch this particular video. Meanwhile, subscribe and also like my channel and also share this particular video. This will be really helpful. I will be coming up with many more videos and also the rules for the interstate travel, also the international travel. Here we go. Let's start the video. Right, so I've actually taken the COVID rules set by Air India, updated on 18th April. I'm not going to read everything since you can actually see it on screen, but I'll just read the most important points here. Okay, you have name of state, health check, quarantine rules, exemptions, and so on. Okay, exemptions, normally exemptions 5-year-old kid and below that, no need to carry your RT-PCR. Now let's start the rules here. All symptomatic, fully vaccinated person coming to Andaman and Nicobar are exempted from carrying of RT-PCR. The logic here is, if you have RT-PCR, no need to have the vaccinated certificate, or you can have the vaccinated certificate. Vice versa, if you have your vaccinated certificate, no need to carry RT-PCR. So it's always better you get 2-shot vaccinated certificate handy with you, and also have your Arogya Setu app. Now the second state is Andhra Pradesh, just thermal scanning. They are being very good. Now next is Assam. Thermal screening will be conducted on arrival. Rapid antigen test on arrival is mandatory. Passengers with positive results to go home for isolation. Passengers with negative results will have to take RT-PCR test at airport and remain under the home quarantine until results are declared. That's being a little rude. But anyways, all the arriving passengers will have to undergo compulsory home quarantine for 7 days. Guys, please have this in mind. And this is to Assam. Now the next one is Bihar. All arriving passengers coming from states where COVID infected is high of Delta variant will have to undergo rapid antigen test at airport. Okay, the cost will be yourself. However, all those passengers who have the vaccinated certificate or carrying negative RT-PCR wouldn't have to do this antigen. So better to have your 2-shot vaccinated certificate. Chhattisgarh, RT-PCR negative test report within 72 hours for passengers is required. Passengers having valid proof of are exempted from RT-PCR. Same rule. Okay. Now Delhi, thermal screening will be done for all the passengers upon arrival. Passengers will have to remain in quarantine for 14 days. The exemptions here are the government functionaries and their staffs. I'm not going further, guys. Now Goa. For following is eligibility for travel to Goa. Passengers carrying COVID negative done 72 hours prior. Passengers entering Goa for medical emergency are on production of proof. Therefore, you read it. Anyways, next is Gujarat Guidelines. This is especially for Maharashtra and Kerala. That's all. Thermal screening to be done and vaccination status of every passenger. Rapid antigen test will be done. Respect of the passengers found suffering from disease and will immediately isolated. If antigen test is found negative, then sample will be sent for RT-PCR. If passenger and so on. Okay, I'm not reading it again. Next is Haryana, thermal scanning for all. Next is Himachal Pradesh. All symptomatic, asymptomatic passengers arriving from all the states will be exempted from quarantine if they are carrying COVID negative through RT-PCR or ICMR lab issued from the sample was taken. Okay. Jammu Kashmir, all passengers arriving will have to undergo COVID-19 antigen test through RT-PCR method. Jharkhand passengers arriving from Maharashtra, Kerala and Punjab will require RT-PCR mandatory. Okay. And will be tested at the airport. Only these three states. Now coming to my state, Karnataka, updated on 14th February 2022. For passengers arriving from Goa into Karnataka, okay, this includes even Kerala, right? Okay, Maharashtra and Kerala, I guess, as per the latest discussion from one of my COVID health friend. Now he says that RT-PCR not older than 72 hours shall be compulsorily produced by the passengers. And this also applicable for the passengers boarding connection flights from Goa. It is mandatory to possess a negative RT-PCR report not older than 72 hours. Okay, for all passengers originating from Kerala, irrespective of vaccination status. That means even if you have vaccinated certificate, you need to have, guys. For travelers from all the other states, it is mandatory that those with COVID-19 symptoms should have RT-PCR. Again, Kerala and Maharashtra. Now coming to Kerala, travelers from other states to Kerala shall carry RT-PCR negative certificate taken within 72 hours and before the start of the journey. However, COVID-19 negative test is not required for any person within Kerala. RT-PCR negative certificate not mandatory for person who have taken both the doses. You have a vaccinated certificate, no need of anything. Thermal scanning for all the passengers. Lakshadweep passengers should be in possession of RT-PCR negative report of not older than 72 hours. Okay. Madhya Pradesh, there is no COVID test facility available at the Indore airport. Negative RT-PCR certificate not mandatory. Arrival at Bhopal and Maharashtra. Now Maharashtra coming. Passengers will either have to have the fully vaccinated or need to have an RT-PCR. So there is an exemption. Okay. Manipur thermal scanning, Meghalaya RT-PCR test for all arrival on the chargeable basis. In case passenger is not carrying the negative COVID report, there will be a test done. Okay. Next is Mizoram. Mizoram is also negative RT-PCR by a recognized laboratory 72 hours or certificate of discharge from the home isolation and so on. Now Nagaland passengers must have their RT-PCR report with them from the ICMR approved lab than the 72 hours. Okay, those with the single dose. I guess it's all same. Orissa, all the air travelers deboarding at shall have to undergo the RT-PCR report. Air travelers who are fully vaccinated, they are exempted. Now Punjab, it is mandatory for all the passengers flying into airport to carrying the certificate of fully vaccinated or negative. Rajasthan passengers already have been with 2 doses are exempted. Okay. Tamil Nadu, COVID testing will be done to the symptomatic patients. Person coming from Maharashtra and Kerala. All the passengers in Coimbatore to have auto e-pass, and also auto e-pass, there is a link given here. I will just put it in the description box. Okay. So you need to have this particular pass as well. Now applicable, it's better you have your RT-PCR, guys. Or even having a vaccinated certificate. It is mandatory for all passengers to install Arogya Setu app. These guys are being very lenient. Tripura passengers having double vaccine of a negative RT-PCR within, so you know that. Okay, I'm not going in depth. Uttarakhand, the COVID test will be done free of cost. Wow, guys. Super. For passengers arriving from Maharashtra, Kerala and Gujarat, all passengers will be exempted home quarantine if they arrive with RT-PCR negative report. Fully vaccinated after 15 days of second dose will be exempted. Uttar Pradesh RT-PCR negative report from the ICMR accredited labs done within last 72 hours for all the passengers. If the passengers are not carrying the RT-PCR. Okay, next is West Bengal updated on 15th Feb. There shall be no restrictions on incoming domestic passengers from any location in the country, but subjected to the condition that the passengers are either fully vaccinated or RT-PCR. So this is the rule provided by Air India. Now this will be the same thing which is there in all the the flights. Okay, now Indigo, you actually go, it is going to be the same. So I'm going to put this particular link also in the description box. Please have a look, and you can actually get the state-wise rules here as well. Okay, any kind of a change comes, I will make a video for you guys. Those were the instant rules, okay, the latest rules as per today. So any kind of a change comes up, I will make a video for you guys. Okay, now my sincere request to all you people out there is, any of you guys are traveling, okay, let's help each other. I guess this is the right time. If any of you guys are traveling to any state, you're reaching any state, put it in the comment box. I reached here and there were requirement of RT-PCR, or the RT-PCR was not asked. Please, that will be really helpful for each and everyone. I will make another video on that particular comment as well. It will be helpful. Let's help each other. Okay, COVID pandemic time, we all know the second wave, third wave, and now the fourth wave, it could be even worse. So please guys, my sincere request, if you are traveling to Karnataka, put a comment box. I traveled to Karnataka, reached Devanali airport. There were no checking. They were checking. What happened? How did it go? Just probably a two-liner. It will be really helpful. Thanks a lot. This is Ashish Matthew signing off. Jai Karnataka Mate, Jai Hind. And also do subscribe to my channel, please. Okay. And also share the video. Bye-bye. Mask Kakoli. Take care.